And here it is again. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. Here it is again. Here I am again. Hope you are there with me. The session, as of course, has commenced, and your company certainly required. If you are available, avail yourself of what is going on here. One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Another Savior, holy, 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 AJIMOBI'S. Another Savior, holy, 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 AJIMOBI'S.
Well, this is Mobi'S. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. Inyamadika yabika kwa namno wao. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo. Mwanemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 KANO is another Savior. Sing along, holy, 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 KANO is another Savior. When I sing along, holy, 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 is another Savior. Getting it right and getting it faster now. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, holy, getting it right and faster. Never freedom. Is another Savior. Never freedom. Holy, 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 KANO is another Savior.
Another Savior, holy, 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 AJIMOBI'S. Another Savior, holy, 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 AJIMOBI'S.
Well, this is Mobi'S. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. Inyamadika yabika kwa namno wao. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo.
And there it is right there, the farmyard singers from the eastern part of Nigeria. So the farmyard singers from the eastern parts of Nigeria, holy, 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 as guys, I bring you this. Tinubu Kwakwanso Ekweremadu may lead regional parties. So this is one of the narratives that Ajanle Koko often champions on this platform, saying that the best sort of politics that Nigeria will best serve Nigeria is a regionalized sort of politics, so that everybody holds on to their region, and then through the strength of your region, you negotiate in a round table to define how you want to move the country forward. It looks as though by doctrine of necessity that might well be evolving organically. Tinubu Kwakwanso Ekweremadu may lead regional parties. So quite what's led to that thought, we find out just shortly. This to be found out shortly as well. Governor Sanwo-Olu wins Lagos APC governorship primaries. So all of those bag carryings that we've been seeing this errand boy do all over the Nigerian space, much to his chagrin and much to our own delight, just making a mockery of himself. It looks as though the Orisa has paid off. Governor Sanwo-Olu wins Lagos APC governorship primaries. So one step further than Ambode, that seems to be the case. My 2023 presidential ambition, not about money. Tinubu are just clearing up that space, because a lot of people, of course, are saying, oh yes, he'll go and loot it like a looted Lagos state, and it is Alpha Beta, and it's also Lamo Betas and whatever. So he addresses that space frontally. My 2023 presidential ambition, not about money, the Jagaban of GBT, clarifies the space. So from the Jagaban, or still really with the Jagaban of GBT, because I think it's in this, headline as well. Tinubu may join SDP as Peter Obi, Abaribe, Ekweremadu, I-Southeast Alliance. So just by necessity and the sort of politics that Buhari and his clansmen are playing, which is already in regionalized politics within a national political party. So they are already in that regional political space. So you might as well form your own regional power base. Otherwise, they will just use you as willing tools or even fools as they move to hold on to their regional interest, using you within a national space. So it looks as though by osmosis, the regionalization of Nigerian politics evolving right before our very eyes. This, of course, this a case of how the mighty have fallen. Sometimes you have to, most times really, you have to have your brain switched on most times. Nobody has their brain switched on all the time, because you are switched off sometimes. But when you are in the throes of events, you have to have your brain switched off and make sure you make as right a decision as you possibly can. A wrong decision could lead you to a pothole. Nnpp offers Obi vice presidential ticket, and there it is right there. So he felt it was too big for the vice presidential position in the top two biggest party in the country. So the obscure party that is going to now, they have no offer for him other than what he huffed his nose off to strut off out of PDP4. So the position that he turned his nose up at PDP is now the bar that has been set for him with by NNPP. NNPP offers Obi vice presidential ticket. So there it is right there. And that is the end of Solomon Grundy. So the dynastic politics that is evolving within the Nigerian space, it gets another affirmation with this one. So in the previous session, we were talking about how Sani Abacha's son, Mohammed Abacha, secured the PDP ticket for Kano State. So he now very much in with a good, because he stands a 1 in 2 chance now of being the governor of Kano State, because whoever is going to be the Kano State governor is either going to be the PDP candidate or the APC candidate. So Sani Abacha's son, Mohammed, he is now the PDP candidate. So he only has to beat one man to seize Kano State. So the dynastification, if there's such a word, of Nigerian politics is what is evolving before our very eyes. So they're passing it on to their sons, and that repeats in Oyo State. Ibadan, AJIMOBI'S son emerges APC consensus candidate. So very good chance that he will become the governor of Oyo State. But I'm expecting the Oyo space to recoil from APC because traditionally that has not ever been our politics to surrender to a Mala. So he gets the Mala party ticket, AJIMOBI'S son, to now be in with a 1 in 3 chance now. Oh no, 1 in 2 chance really. I think what's his name? Makinde is the PDP candidate, is it not? So AJIMOBI'S son, just as ABACHA'S son now, with a 1 in 2 chance of becoming the next governor of Oyo State, Ibadan. AJIMOBI'S son emerges APC consensus candidate. So there it is, evolving before our very own eyes. So we may or may not get to this last one because usually when you go to this guy, it's usually a labored read and it never just sums it up in what one short, succinct commentary. INEC materials no longer safe in CBN vaults. Emefiele must go. This is Femi Falana, so he would not use 10 words to describe what he can use 100 words to describe, even though those 10 words will suffice. So I, with trepidation, look to either reading that one or not. So we may or may not read that one. So that is the compliments, that is the menu, that is the those are the headlines and the talking points. So the usual process, if you're new to the space, then welcome. It's an open microphone session, and the open microphone is the hyperlink that I'm posting in the comment section now that says StreamYard. So click on that hyperlink if you want to come and join me on the screen to discuss any of these talking points that I've just read the headlines for. If you want to come and join me on the screen to discuss any of these talking points that I've just read the headlines for, click on that hyperlink that I've just posted in the comment section that says StreamYard, and that will bring you into a studio space. And as soon as I've read out the body of the talking points, then I'll let you onto the screen and engage you in a conversation around the talking points. So if you do want to come and join me on the screen to discuss the talking points, then click on that hyperlink that says StreamYard. So that is at your discretion, only if you want to. But what is mandatory, what you must do, is to click on the like button and click on the subscribe button as well. So those are not optionals. Those are not optional. Those are mandatory things that you must do. So you must click on the subscribe button. You must click on the like button as well for reasons that helps propel the platform up the YouTube algorithm. And then at your discretion, click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard if you want to come join me on the screen. So as you set about the clickings, let me provide you with a little bit of a liquid nourishment. Your calabash to be ready as we join the K Guides.
Water, only water, only water, where they see ma. Water, only water, where they see ma. Hapa o naido, hapa o naido, hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé ṣọ́dí kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Chifu Wáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòde ojàre o. àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ. Ikú kò ní rí wa gbéṣe o.
And there you heard it right there. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ. Iku kò ní rí wa gbéṣe. So Iku kò ní rí wa gbéṣe. May death have nothing to do with us. Iku kò ní rí wa gbéṣe. As guys, I bring you this. My 2023 presidential ambition, not about money, a headline attributed to Tinubu. The national leader of the All Progressive Congress APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, declared on Thursday his 2023 presidential bid was not about money. Tinubu stated this during a meeting held in Akure with APC delegates in Ondo State. The ex-Lagos State governor stressed that his love for Nigeria was the driving force behind his presidential ambition. The APC chieftain boasted that he was intellectually sound to think out ideas that will solve Nigeria's challenges. He said, "I am not running for the presidency because I need money. That was in the past. But I am running for the love I have for this country, for the love I have for my people, and my commitment for the development and value of education. I am not looking for a wrestling match. I am not going to the presidency to fight Anthony Joshua. I am not running to compete with Ronaldo. All I am going to use is my brain. I am sure I am a better thinker and a better doer. You, delegates, should distinguish us like kerosene on top of the water. I, Bola Tinubu, I am a runner. Go to Lagos State. I built a state of great value for Lagos. It is a reference point. I will rebuild Nigeria. I will reunite Nigeria and develop the country. I will use our diversity for our prosperity. Join me in an effort to reunite Nigeria. You will see prosperity and performance. I know I can do it. The truth is we are Nigerians and we hold that greenback passport and we should be proud of it. Yes, it is difficult right now. This is the democracy we chose. I told Akeredolu that hope is around the corner. And ever since, he never looked back. In Ondo State, you have booty men. You need a federal government that will put research and development in place and make it a commercial business revenue for Ondo State. A seaport is a very capital-intensive matter. Unfortunately, the country has no long-term... hold on. A seaport is a very capital-intensive matter. Unfortunately, the country has no long-term money except for short-term. So we have to investors investors and partners to get into it and build a seaport for Ondo State. All we need is a can-do attitude, a leader who can think and act. So there it is right there. So Tinubu then not only stating that he doesn't need Nigeria's money, also fleshing out policy positions. So they're saying, okay, what are his policies? What are his ideas? So there it is right there. In every appearance, it gives you a policy direction that is looking to point the country towards. Tinubu Kwakwanso, Ikiremadu may lead regional parties. Ahead of the presidential primaries of the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressive Congress, indications have emerged that a former governor of Lagos State and national leader of the APC, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, and national leader of the New Nigeria People's Party, Rabiu Kwakwanso, may spearhead regional parties pending the outcome of primaries that would take place this weekend. Meanwhile, Peter Obi has been discussing with Nnpp but has not joined the party, correspondents learned. A source close to Kwakwanso, who was reacting to speculations that Obi had joined the Nnpp after leaving the PDP, said, "It is not official, but rumor is going on. I am not sure if he, Obi, has reached out to us. You know his resignation was just today, Wednesday, but I know they have been discussing it with Kwakwanso even before now. What might happen is that the politics of 2023 might turn into regional politics. The NMPP is already strong in the north. There is a possibility that Ike Ikerimadụ, Enyinaya Abaribe, and Peter Obi might form an alliance under another party in the southeast. If Asiwaju Bola Tinubu does not get the APC ticket, he might also go back to the southwest with the Social Democratic Party. So these three parties might become the big parties representing the regions in 2023. So there it is right there. That is a permutation that has a lot of possibility. And that is something that especially Ajanle Koko had been championing on this platform. Governor Sanwo-Olu wins Lagos APC governorship primary. So Oraisa gets his reward. So Oraisa always works. So Oraisa this, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has won the All Progressive Congress APC governorship primary in the state, which held today, May the 26th. The governor was declared the winner after two other aspirants, former Commissioner of Energy Wale Oluwo, and former Permanent Secretary from the Ministry of Energy, Mustapha Olorunfunmi, were not cleared for the primary. More than 1,225 delegates were expected to cast their votes in the exercise, and 1,198 were accredited. Of those accredited, 1,182 votes were cast, with 12 regarded as invalid. Reacting to his emergence, Sanwo-Olu on his IG wrote, so Instagram that is, I am grateful to God, the distinguished delegates, and the leadership of the APC for the chance to continue the good work of governance that we began in our great state. With this resounding victory in the primary, I am confident that we are united and ready to continue to be a beacon of hope and service to this great state. To the other contestants, I congratulate you for being a part of this very democratic process and invite you to join hands with me for a greater Lagos. So there it is right there, somewhat predictable, but then of course there it is, officially confirmed. Tinubu may join SDP. So I think this one somewhat repeats what we may have already read. So let me just abandon that one and go on to the next one. So on to the next one, and on to this one. So this is a curiosity, you know, because he turned, okay, anyway, let me just bring it to you. Nnpp offers Obi vice presidential ticket. The new Nigeria People's Party, NMPP, is offering former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi the ticket of running mate to the national leader of the party, Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso, correspondents have learned. The party is discussing with several lawmakers and aspirants from the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressive Congress APC who feel unhappy with the process of their primaries. A source within the party told correspondents that while the party was willing to give him the position of vice president, his followers are insisting on the presidential ticket, with Kwakwanso serving as his running mate. The source, however, said the zoning of the presidential ticket of the APC and PDP would determine the final decision of the NMPP. The source said Obi, Kwakwanso, and some of the party leaders had met to discuss the issue ahead of the party's presidential primary slated for June the 2nd in Abuja. Asked whether the former PDP presidential aspirant is heading for the NMPP, the source said, I heard authoritatively that he wants to join Nnpp, but whether he will accept to be the vice presidential candidate, which they are prepared to offer him, is not confirmed. Dr. Doyin Okupe and some of his followers are hell-bent that he must be the presidential candidate, while Kwakwanso serves as the vice presidential candidate. Wherever the APC and the PDP zone their presidential slots to will be the final determining factor. The national chairman of the party, Professor Rafiu Ahmed Al-Khali, was not forthcoming on whether Obi was heading for the NNPP or what they were offering him. He simply said in a text message, "That will be a great news." However, he told correspondents that the party had been talking to several aggrieved politicians from the other parties with a view to having them cross over to the NNPP, but ruled out automatic tickets for anyone. He said those to be offered the party ticket must be ready to play by the rules of the party, adding that offering automatic ticket to anybody will go against the guidelines put in place for the party by the party for its primaries. Okay. Al-Khali said, "The truth is that if you talk about automatic ticket for anybody, that will amount to subverting our guidelines for the primaries, our own constitution, and even the Nigerian constitution. Election is supposed to be open to everybody, both old members of the party and newcomers. But whoever comes in, as long as the sale of form has not been closed, he is at liberty to purchase the expression of interest and nomination forms. He will not be excluded, but may require a waiver from the party. The rule is that whenever you join a political party, even though you are accepted as a member of the party, you will require a waiver to show that the party has finally accepted you as a member to stand for election. But the issue of automatic ticket does not arise because other members of the party are going to fight him. There are people who will feel aggrieved that you are giving automatic ticket to some people. He should subject himself to primaries, and if he's popular, he will emerge." Whilst confirming that discussions are ongoing to attract other big politicians to the party, he said, "We are talking to those who have not been treated fairly in other parties. We look for them and reach out to them because this is a Nigerian project. We are talking about the future of our country. So anybody who comes and embraces our core mission and values is welcome because we are going to do things differently from how they have been done in other parties." So, yes, let me just give you the last paragraph because it's the last one. "But the person must understand that when you come, you must also be guided by our own rules, our constitution and code of conduct, because that is the only way we can ensure that we are different from others. So we have been reaching out." So there it is right there. Vice presidential slot, the offer to Peter Obi. AJIMOBI'S son emerges APC consensus candidate. Idris Abiola Ajimobi, son of late former Governor Abiola Ajimobi of Oyo State, has emerged the All Progressive Congress APC candidate for Ibadan Southwest. So I think I may well have misread this. I think it is actually somewhat a senatorial seat and not the governorship, but still dynastic politics, still dynastic politics. Idris Abiola Ajimobi, son of late former Governor Abiola Ajimobi of Oyo State, has emerged the All Progressive Congress APC candidate for Ibadan Southwest 2 state constituency. The former governor's son emerged as the consensus candidate at the party's primary held on Thursday in Ibadan. His opponent at the primary stepped down to pave the way for him as the party flag bearer in the 2023 general election. Mr. Abiola Ajimobi thanked God, the other aspirants and supporters for paving the way for him to emerge as a consensus candidate, promising to make the party proud. He also thanked the leaders and constituents for the unrelenting support to him, as well as the party at large. So that's essentially what it is. So let's just move on from there to the next one. I don't think I'll be going to the right. I'll give you a few paragraphs of the Fani Kayode. No, not Fani Kayode. Femi Falana headline, and then I'll come to the room to see if there's anybody there to take it on. It's only usually when you read Femi Falana pieces, they're usually heavy labored and just too lengthy. INEC materials no longer safe in CBN votes. Emefiele must go. Falana. Rights activist Femi Falana has insisted President Mohamed Buhari must sack Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele over his involvement in partisan politics. Mr. Falana said Mr. Emefiele's continued stay in office as Central Bank Governor could erode and compromise the credibility of the 2023 general election. The senior advocate of Nigeria expressed the opinion as a special guest at the Southwest Youth and Women Conference at Ado-Ekiti on Thursday. INEC is trying. It has deployed technology to get rid of rigging, but we can no longer keep sensitive election materials in the vault of the CBN, said Mr. Falana. This is because the governor of CBN is a card-carrying member of the All Progressive Congress. Mr. Emefiele had indicated interest to contest as president in 2023 on the platform of the ruling All Progressive Congress, but rescinded the decision last Wednesday. Mr. Falana said that for free, fair, and credible 2023 general elections, INEC should not keep sensitive materials at the CBN with Mr. Emefiele sitting in the office as its governor. It has never happened anywhere in the world. This is very dangerous. The central bank governor's power is enormous under the CBN Act, so he can't be a politician. We cannot look for alternative places to keep our electoral materials. It is the CBN governor that must be removed, and whether President Buhari likes it or not, Emefiele must go. Some civil society organizations have filed a motion against him, and we will pursue it to its logical conclusion. Falana stressed. So there it is right there. Let me just come into the room, see if there's anybody there. So Exiro is there. So Exiro, as you and I today, so Wagwan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here with you, man. I'm here with you.
All right, brilliant. So let me start you off then from the last readout. Femi Falana insisting that, Emefiele must go because it's a card-carrying senior member of a political party. Election materials are stored in INEC vote, which he has access to. So you cannot have this be the situation and claim that you are intending to run a free and fair election. Do you concur with the SAN?
Yeah. I concur with the SAN.
No, we can barely hear you, man.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit better.
Do you hear me? Okay.
A little bit better.
I concur. Okay, I concur with the senior advocate. Emefiele's position in the country is a very sensitive position, and if not for high-handedness and law respect, he wouldn't even be daring to come out.
Sorry, Exiro, man. The line is quite weak.
I'm in the bus, but if you can hear me, I can still speak.
Yeah, I can hear you somewhat, but carry on. Okay, just address that, and then I may just abandon the session. Carry on. Yeah.
Okay, because his position is a very sensitive one, and his central bank is where they keep those sensitive materials. For him to now come out to run, with such audacity, it means that everything has fallen apart because it somewhat sends a message that anything goes in the country, and that's not what we want. Imagine the kind of sensitive materials, imagine the kind of power it has to influence election results. For somebody of that stature to come out, it just sends the wrong signal that everything is falling apart. There's no limit to what they cannot do. This guy is in power. There's nothing they cannot do. That's what it sends. And I don't like that guy for one. I dislike the guy a lot. For somebody who could be in such a position and still look at how the naira depreciated under this guy. Look at all the loans. Look at everything he's done, the printing of monies and all that. I mean, there's so much that have happened under this guy, shown that he's a man to be used as an instrument of corruption to further put us in serious jeopardy. So I think he should be sacked. And he should resign honorably.
All right. Thank you, Xero. So that line was too weak. Xero is on a bus, so he can't be shouting. So there's only really limited expectations we can have of him. So he's talking as loud as he can, but not audible enough for it to be a session. And it's only Xero here, so I think I may just have to end the session here. I don't know. Let me try Xero with one more question. If it's any clearer, otherwise we just let it go. All right, let me come to you. Let me come to you again, Xero. Xero, I know that don't shout too much so that you constitute yourself to a nuisance on the bus. But as best that you can, the pitch of your voice, the space then that is speaking to Peter Obi being in talks with Nnpp, but then of course they are only really willing to offer him the vice slot because of course the presidential slot is already occupied. So then he ran away in a huff with his nose turned up from APC, where the offer was for the vice presidential thing, and then he's now on his knees with Nnpp begging, but they are only offering him what he's running away from. So a busted flush, poor politics, he outplayed himself. He played himself.
I don't know. Am I clear enough now?
Yeah, go on. That's better. Carry on.
Okay. I think he left PDP just to go into oblivion. I think now I'm seeing the position you guys were making yesterday. Now it is getting clearer. Sometimes we argue with limited information. I thought he was going to a place where he will be handed the mandate, but as it's looking now, it seems he left a very big structure to go into a smaller structure and still be a second fiddle. It's not what I expected. I expected him to be the first choice, and then any other person that's coming in should step down for him. But if it's to go into the Nnpp, we all know that Kwakwanso is not going to give him the opportunity, because that's a strong regional force.
Nnpp is essentially a special purpose vehicle for Kwakwanso's ambition.
Yes.
He's not going to give up his car for you then he will go and sit in the passenger seat.
No. And if you follow the Nnpp story, you will understand there was a leak. There was the audio that leaked sometime. This guy said they had Kwakwanso in mind even before Buhari came on board. So if it wasn't Buhari, and after Buhari, they said after Buhari, it is going to be Kwakwanso. And somewhat they tried to paint a picture that he was even going to be more harder on the Igbos than Buhari, So, but all in all,
I don't see that. I think Kwakwanso is a bit more elegant and more.
I think so.
Than,
I think so.
Buhari is just from the you know,
He's just
from
a
the
leading.
tribes.
Yeah. He's just an oracle. Yeah, I think Kokonso is more friendly, more youthful, more vibrant, and I think
Better
with him,
educated, better traveled, you know.
yes. But I think with him, I don't think Kokonso is any better than Atiku. They are both the same quality, the same kind of people. They're going to allow for corruption. Everybody's going to eat. The only thing we people are going to enjoy is maybe reduced tension on the people.
Charles was telling us yesterday that we just have to surrender to corruption, especially off the back of that clip that did you see that clip we played of Yaya Bello's wife handing out 1 million naira to everybody that was passing by?
Yeah, I saw the
so
clip.
He just put his hands up and said we have to surrender to corruption. Where do we start? Where do you start the fight?
There's no hope. There's no hope to end corruption. There's no hope. Nobody is coming out. Nobody is willing to take the mantle. Even if you come out, you're going to face delegates who are going to demand money from you. And if you don't want to give money, you can't just win. So
there's another permutation there's another permutation in play that Ekweremadu, Abaribe, and Peter Obi, they're also in inside talks, you know, so like a subcommittee talk to discuss the possibilities of regional politics, and Tinubu also in play to go to SDP to play out regional politics. And Kwakwanso holds on to the north within that regional politics. So that regional politics that has been mentioned often here, most times by Janle Koko, it looks as though by osmosis, it might well evolve.
Okay, but if you talk about regional politics, you are talking about them basically winning their governorship elections or influencing the states in their region, which in essence, you must look at it from the other perspective. Tinubu is facing the end of his career. If he doesn't go for presidency now, he might never go again because he's too old. So he's going to want to stand. Peter Obi is facing oblivion. If he doesn't go for presidency now, he might never go again because no party, he has moved from 3 parties now. He's not going to be able to move because if he moves anywhere, he's going to be a small boy. So this is his last attempt. Osibanjo is trying for his last time. So if you see, these guys are giving it a last
Osibanjo is 65, by the way. Although he has a youthful look, he's 65.
Yeah, but
which
if
it's played out now, it doesn't have 16 years to wait anymore, is what I'm saying. It doesn't have 16 years to wait.
Exactly. So they all want to hit that point. So I think they will be on the ballot. So we have 4 people on the ballot who are giving it a last-ditch effort because don't forget that Wike has nowhere to go. He's going to run away from the country if he doesn't, or if he's not on the ballot of PDP or any other party. Atiku is also going to be on the ballot. He's old. He's not going to have another chance. So we have like 5 people who must be on the ballot. So that automatically divides the votes. Plus Buhari's chosen one, whom we don't know, as 6. So if they go back to regional, that means they're going back to steal from their regions. Tinubu has already been stealing from that region. What does Peter Obi want from his region? He wants to be the man. So I just see them. There's not going to be any coalition amongst these regional parties. The only other party that I see coming up is the Labour Party with a coalition of those smaller parties that are infusing. Now the question is who they are going to take as their man.
Is it not Patutomi? Who heads Labour Party?
Yes, Patutomi is arrowing the third force. The third force is a coalition. The coalition involves a lot of parties that have been infused, and then Labour Party is the template. They're using Labour Party template because Labour Party is now also in that coalition. Now they're still talking to other parties. So some parties don't want to be infused. They just want to be alliances so they can retain their regional DNA. So all in all, that is going to be the force to reckon with.
I think Babate wants to come in. Yeah. I think Babate wants to come in. But Babate, did you want to?
Yes, when you mentioned the part told me, I was just I was annoyed with the green forest and all this.
He's a ridiculous man, isn't he?
Yeah,
No,
just
no, but he's not coming as a candidate. It's not coming on the ballot. He is the man. He and a couple of others are behind this coalition. There's a couple of big heavyweights in that coalition. A couple of heavyweights from even the northern part.
but
And a lot of.
but X0, would you even, in all honesty, would you even regard that as a coalition?
There's one thing.
I mean, compared to the behemoth of PDP and APC, those are mushroom parties, to be honest. So
No. That's why I said I don't think the Labour Party or the Labour Union. The Labour Union has always been a powerful force. They are the ones responsible for strikes, other strikes, and putting government on hold and negotiations with the government. So they're very powerful. They already have their established structure, So that is why they're strong. And then don't forget that these other parties have their own power strongholds. That's why I said right now they are playing on the individual and the electorate. The electorate dislikes APC and PDP. So at the end of the day, and they don't have this problem of the delegates, so it's easy for them to pick a likable
the
candidate.
Labour Party is different from the Labour Union. It's different from the Labour Congress.
No. The Labour Union, the Labour Party is an offshoot of that Labour Union because that was what it was meant to be before Tinubu's influence went into the Labour Party and killed it. You understand? But now they are coming back again, and they're coming back without the likes of Tinubu's influence. You understand? That was how the NLC Oshomola became the governor of Edo State, because he was already in the NLC, and the NLC was strongly backing the movement. It was the movement that led to the Labour Party, and that was why they were strong.
Actually, I'm with you. You're making a great point. What I'm saying is, are they going to be strong enough to challenge the PDP and APC? That's the question. Would they be strong enough to?
Why do you think the APC and PDP are strong? It is because of their structure and they have money. But now there's another way of coming out. That means using the template, like they said they're using the template of the Labour Party. That means they already have structure.
How big do you think the Labour? Sorry, X0. How big do you think the Labour Party is in terms of number strength?
Number strength, you count every state. There's a Labour Union chapter.
Right.
No, No. Like one man said, let's make a clear decision between the Labour Union and the Labour Party. Like even within the unions, you have APC and PDP members.
Yes.
So you cannot just use that. You cannot use that blanket statement to say they are all for. They might be union members, but not necessarily part of the party. So that's what I'm trying to make. Like,
yes, but
are they really?
Yes, but you say there might be different party members in this union, but the structure is for the party. You understand? Every chapter it is knows that the party at this moment is fighting for them, because at the moment they are still in serious negotiations with this government that has not yielded fruits. They were supposed to have been on strike for long ago. They were still holding on. They would have crippled this government, but they refuse to because they want peace. Hold on.
Like you said, Babati said, the Labour Union is a home to all workers in Nigeria, irrespective of party. So, in fact, the bulk of the members will probably be part of the traditional parties. And the strength the strength of the Labour Union is 4 million members. That's what they have.
Yeah.
And of those 4 million, a good 2.5 million will be PDP, APC, Showore, etc. So the ones that are Labour Party can even say they command can be more than 1 million, even if, and that's me being generous.
Yeah, but if you look at this, the current disgruntled workers whose salaries have been either not not increased or either not paid, you see that they are getting a lot of members back. And a lot of people are going to key into their message. But the structure itself, every chapter of the labor union must be used for this current purpose, even if there are members who are belonging to other parties. The structure itself is nationwide, and that is what the party is using. That's why I said they are everywhere. There are fringe people who are being convinced now, who are outside the electorate or the already voters, who are coming in, fresh voters, new members, new people who are coming in, and they are going to key in to their message of jobs, production. That is what they are coming in with. That's why I strongly see a Peter Obi moving towards that direction.
So today is now the 27th of May. So that then gives us what? How many days to so that gives us just just under a week thereabout, approximately actually 1 week to the date that INEC insists everybody must submit. Peter Obi has no party. He has left the PDP. So everybody would have completed their primary. The primaries for the Nnpp, they are making their decision on their presidential candidate on the 2nd of June, just a day before the submission date, because they are saying that their decision is going to be made off the back of what the two major parties put forward. But their offer to be at the moment is a vice presidential slot. Okupe is fighting hard, but Kwakwanso is almost certainly not going to give up that space. So that then leaves him with either Labour Party or APGA or what is AAC. So AAC has Showore, so that's out of our Accord Party. So you see just how you see it's game over. It's game over.
Yes, if it is not Labour Party,
himself out, yeah.
If it's not Labour Party and if it's not given the mandate in NNPP, I think his movement is not well thought out, because it would have been better for him to be Atiku's running mate.
No. For matter of principle, if he was just staying on principle, I agree with him. But the problem is, did he make this calculation before he left, or he just left? Then he was hoping that something would happen, because you cannot just leave a PDP, for instance, without having this thing thought through, like well planned. So I'm kind of surprised he made that move. But back to your Labour Party argument, Exerio, you got to understand that how many people actually work for the government? Most Nigerians don't have government jobs, and so people that vote, look at the numbers, they are mostly private market, non-government, self-employed. If you look at the numbers, the polls, most people don't work for state or federal government to even be involved in union activities, anyways. So I don't think, even though they are very powerful, like you said, I don't think the numbers are there or enough for him to make any push at the federal level. So even if he joins the Labour Party, for instance, they still have to talk. I mean, they barely have 5 days, like one man said. So what if people have been there for years in the Labour Party and you just show up? Then you have that internal struggle again,
Yes, and that internal struggle almost a day.
No. That's what is not going to happen.
With Exerio, it's almost it's like a good luck 2.0 joining the APC last minute. Wait a minute, you just show up and then we just give you the ticket, and we've been here for years. So and it has to be that within 5 days. So I don't see where it goes from here. I honestly don't see it.
You know what they say: act in haste, repent at leisure. So act in haste, repent at leisure. So Ajanle Koko joins us, and we've not heard Ajanle Koko soundings on what's happened with Peter Obi. So what are you making then of Peter Obi's act in haste, repent at leisure? He went off in a huff and then has ended up in the middle of nowhere. Ajanle Koko, to you.
Good morning, one man. Good morning, everybody. Peter Obi's decision to leave PDP. It's a decision that shows that it's a political. Maybe I should call him just naive with that decision.
He's a novice, isn't he? Really?
Yeah, it just shows that he's.
Are you disappointed?
Yeah, I'm disappointed in him that he made that wrong decision. It's a political miscalculation. It's a decision that we hurt him very bad politically in his pursuit for this presidential ambition. It clearly shows that it's not different from other politicians. Other politicians that are jumped from one party to the other. He started with ABGA. He left ABGA, he jumped into PDP. Now he's leaving PDP. He's going. Where is he going now? You see, that guy has made a very, very, very wrong decision. He has marketed himself very well during the short period of this presidential pursuit. But for him to make this decision now is very, very bad. And I know why he did that. He has seen it clearly, crystal clear to him, that he will fail woefully at the primary, and that will, the result will be so bad, and that will make him look like a very weak politician. And having built a very strong momentum recently, particularly online, all this online noisemaker and all the rest, he doesn't want to let that momentum just wipe away like that. So he's thinking in his head and his team that let us carry this momentum to another place. If we go to another place and get another party and be the nominee of that party, if at the end of the day we fail, we can still have that, we can still keep that momentum intact for the future. So, but what he did, he made that political blunder, and I don't know how he's going to realize.
Do you think he can ever recover from this? This is the end of his politics somewhat.
He's done. He's done.
He cannot recover from it. He has destroyed his potential, his possibility of getting the presidency, if not now, maybe in the future.
Yes.
So
because he could have just let Atiku go, be his vice, and take over from him.
Yes.
He's still young.
Yes, he's still young, and he has really demonstrated one thing in recent time, that, as he has demonstrated himself, distinct himself as a politician with a vast knowledge in how economy works and economy is run, particularly at the world stage. He showed clearly, better than any politician, that I know the way economy works around the world. I know the way economy runs around the world. And I can take Nigeria to this center stage of world economy and make Nigeria a competitive country again. Make Nigeria a competitive economy in the world. But his desperation the desperation that is jumping out of PDP.
Did you think he got carried away with this online popularity that he has, and did they have a rush of blood to the head? Did they have a brain fade?
No. Aja.
You know, sometimes your head will just his head pops. You know, they say act in haste, repent at leisure. So it's a very did they have a brain fade? You know,
guys, let me ask a question, because I was reading the reports, and one of the reasons that he gave for leaving PDP was that there was a gang up against him, but he did not explain what the gang up was. So what was the reason he left? Is he yet to explain to us the gang up, the so-called gang up against?
I think it's patently obvious, as Ajale Koko just suggested, and every BK said, he saw the writings on the wall. He was going to come fourth in that primaries, contrary to his outside of the delegates' popularity as he perceives. Right. He knew he was going to come fourth. You know,
one man. It might not even come fourth. What are you talking about?
Yeah. He had a chance.
It might be lagging behind like 6 or 7 positions.
Yes, now because money is going to play out in that. Maybe. It's not because it's not popular. If it was a popularity contest, it would win the ticket. Yes, but it's not. It's a money space.
It's a money space, and you're trying to say something, Babati.
I'm saying that if you're going to leave the PDP because you think you have no shot, shouldn't you have planned this through, where you already have a guaranteed ticket somewhere else before you abandon to PDP? You cannot abandon the PDP because you cannot get the ticket that you want. Then you are in NNPC or negotiating with Nnpp for the same position that you might have gotten in PDP. For, you know, so to me, that there's no, like, it was not well planned, you know. I mean, for a man like him, I'm surprised he made this blunder, is my point.
Yes, that's why I'm suggesting that he had a brain fade, you know, rush of blood to the head, you know, a rush of blood to the head.
Yeah, I'm really, I mean, I was even giving him number 2 or number 3, but you guys just said number 6 in the
No, but if you look at the permutations now, because we did Sambo's son asking for his money back, so his money is going to play out, and the biggest pockets will get the biggest prices. So his pocket is not big. So
you say that he has, obviously, based on what we just read right now, is done in the PDP. He has no chance in NNPP because Kwakaso will not give up the ticket for him. In the Labour Party, I still maintain that they would not take him because that would be only 5 days for him to, you know, to make that argument within that space for them to give him the ticket. So I think it's just done politically right now.
He's played himself now.
Yeah,
he's played himself.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think if we call the Labour Party, they're just using the Labour Party template. It's a third force. It's a coalition of parties. It's not the Labour Party now he's coming into. That's what I said. It's a coalition. The Labour Party is just one of many that are coalescing. So they are using the Labour Party template because the Labour Party has this spread, and then their what's it called? Their manifesto rings the same as what Peter Obi is singing: production, jobs, more production. That's
he's negotiating with a weak hand now, because everybody knows he has left the PDP. Everybody knows that the time is nearly up, and everybody knows that he doesn't. So he's not negotiating from strength. He's in a begging position now. He's in a begging position.
It's either of two things. It's either he's pulled out and he's willing to not contest at all, or he already knows where he's moving to before he pulled out. This is Peter Obi we're talking about, and what his spokesman said was that he will be on the ballot. So why don't we just wait?
All right. So
can I interject?
Yeah, come in here. Yeah.
I'm announcing my presence now. Hello, everyone. Care to say hello back?
Hi,
hello, Bia. Good to have you.
Hi, woman. For me, I don't believe that we can completely write Peter Obi off the political space sometimes in the future, because if you look at Nigeria's political history, there are streaks of forgiveness. People vote emotionally and they choose by corruption, pocket as well. So this, what he has achieved is big, I believe, and it's a good experience for him. And it's like testing the waters, maybe in that presidential level. Next time when he comes back, perhaps he will do better. So I believe that every disappointment is a blessing. He would go away with this experience, even if he doesn't get anywhere or no party takes him. It's not the end of the world. Nigeria forgives. There is a chance for him. So Peter Obi, if you're listening, don't give up. This is just the beginning. If you really truly want to make a difference in Nigeria, don't ever give up. Okay? Look at Tinubu. At his dying age, he's still trying.
Well, what do you mean dying age? He's only 70.
One man, let me tell you what I mean by dying age.
50 years.
Let me tell you. You need to ask me what I mean by that. Don't just jump into conclusion, because you can't just
when
pick
you make
one.
a statement like that, of course. I mean, okay, carry on.
Dying age, anyone obviously can die even at birth or that, but he is a sick man. I am not the one to take his life, but look at Buhari. You can be in position of power, but you're not 1 minute. Don't take words from my mouth, one man. Please increase the volume of my microphone. Please, one man.
Not his doctor now.
Let
you can't say things
me
like that.
land. I can't, because he travels for medical reasons and he's not healthy. I cannot see any 1 minute. 1 minute, one man. I cannot, as if you say I'm a political person, I can't just come out to say I am healthy. We don't need him to tell us that he is healthy. So it's like you feel accused, and you want to go and defend yourself for a reason. Only you know that reason why you're trying to make so much points, jogging as if you're 2 years old or 10 years old, that you are young. That's not what we need in Nigeria. So I'm trying to say that.
So you have diagnosed him remotely and concluded that he's not well. Are you his doctor? Have you diagnosed him? Are you diagnosing him remotely?
I'm diagnosing him like one man. Can you hear me?
One man.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Can anyone hear me? Okay.
We can hear you.
This is my own contribution, one man. It is different from your point of view. Every voice matters. This is my own contribution. If you want to hear me, you may disagree. You may say it's not a good point or it doesn't make sense, but this is my own
make up random statements. Now you can't just.
I'm not making up random statements. He's not well, one man. He's not well.
Okay, so how do you know that? Are you diagnosing
I know he's not well.
Remotely?
Looking at, there are many ways you can diagnose someone, one man. It's not just by medical records. Looking at him, he loses balance.
Looking at him.
Yes, physically, he's not stable, one man. He's unstable on his feet. And for you to be physically unstable on your feet, if you are physically unstable on your feet, then you need to get yourself tested. That means your organs are not coordinating well. You're not well. Okay?
Really?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So ask the medical people here.
Thank you, Dr. Bia. So
yes, I am a doctor, my own doctor that I see for Tinubu. If he goes into that position to become the Nigerian president, I pray he lasts. He's gonna be like Buhari, traveling up and down, spending our money.
All right, let's stay with Peter Obi, because Peter Obi is really what's up for discussion.
Okay, Peter Obi for me is not a failure. This is just the beginning. If Tinubu can do it and do it again and again and again, amidst of double corruption or tetra, quadrica, whatever corruption you call it.
This is the first time Tinubu is running for the presidency. This is the first time. What do you mean again?
It's the first time, but he's been gunning for that position. He's been preparing himself. He's been making all the connections by spending, unreasonable amount of money just to get to power. Didn't you see that Tinubu said if they don't give it to him with APC or so, or AP whatever, he's gonna go to another party. He is desperate. He said he must be president.
When did they say that? When did they say that?
Are you not reading the news? He's gonna join another party or form another party. Okay, go and make your research. Don't just say what I'm saying doesn't make sense.
One man, please don't be emotional.
No, I'm always being emotional. My voice is consistent.
I don't care if you're emotional or not, one man. After all, we human beings, we are born with emotions, one man. We are born. This is the old year now.
Facts now,
What facts? What facts?
You're saying somebody is ill. Yeah, go on.
Well, nobody
Zero, I can defend myself. For one man is just like we're all equal here. I can give him back to back, bomber to bomber. So I'm not afraid. I mean my point, and I stand by it. That Tinubu is a sick man. He should go and sit down. So wait. Don't castigate Peter Obi. He has tried. After all, you were the one saying that Igbos cannot play politics. But now here comes Peter Obi. What do you say? What do you say, one man? You're saying that he's a failure, man. You cannot just contribute to that point that he is a failure, my dear man. Come on, wake up on your sleep.
It's not a failure.
You're saying as if he's over. His career, political career is over. It's not. This is just the beginning.
We're discussing the Nigerian presidential race, and Peter Obi is up for topic. We
up for topic, but you are you're concluding for now and tomorrow.
The Eastern space now.
You're trying to say that the decision is made is even going to, affect him in the future. We don't know until we get there. We do not know. We don't know.
Yeah, well,
why is Tinubu? If nothing affected Tinubu up till now, nothing is going to affect Peter Obi. I can tell you. This has nothing to do with where he comes from.
Are we allowed to discuss the East?
Of course, my dear. I've spent majority of my life in the West, so you can't call me you can't say I'm emotional or biased towards the East.
In CBD, we will be here in a minute.
One man, I have spent most of my lifetime in Yoruba land in Ibadan, so you cannot put me in the same scale with the CBD and others from the East. Why
but are you not doing the same thing?
I'm not doing the same thing. I'm speaking the truth.
As soon as we start,
I've come here to fight for Igbo. I've come here to fight for people who believe in the truth from the West. And I do not insult. I don't believe in calling anyone coward. I stand by the truth, and my voice must stand. Whether you like it or not, I don't have to buy your ideas. You don't have to buy mine. This is my voice. Kaput.
Kaput. All right, thank you, Bia. So that's Bia announcing her presence. She never comes in quietly. This is how she comes in. So that's Bia announcing her presence. But back to Ajale Koko. So we were talking about the fact that Peter Obi, he has left. He made a fatal error leaving the PDP without already setting up something for himself. So he's romancing now the Nnpp. But do you think Kwakwanso will make him go on his knees and beg before he gives him anything within the party? Will Kwakwanso make him go on his knees and beg, Ajale Koko?
Let me tell you, one man in Nigerian politics, particularly if you are participating in, if you are a member of this corrupt parties that we have in Nigeria, PDP and APC in particular. Look, they are like a house already built by somebody or some people. So if you want to occupy that house, you should see yourself as a tenant. So you being a tenant cannot claim the ownership of that house. You can't claim the ownership. That is what PDP and APC represent.
Yes, excuse me. 1 minute, Ajale Koko. Baba T, please, can you explain yourself what you mean? This is the reason why females don't come here, because most females that come here, like I myself, I bring my time to come here, and you're talking about gender equality. I'm not fighting. No, Eba Soro. Let them not talk to me anyhow. The other time, Brownberry was trying to insult me. Now he's talking about gender equality. I'm not here about any freaking gender. I don't care about gender. I want Nigeria to be better. As a Nigerian, female or male, I have a voice and I must speak. So don't come here and tell me about gender equality. What do you mean?
You're not. Are you a tomboy? You're not a tomboy now.
Baba T, please, next time, don't talk like this. I'm not interested about your gender equality. I want Nigeria to be better. Please. Mind how you talk to me. I am not just a female. I am a human with a voice. Equal as you.
All right. All right. So consider yourself told, Baba T. But so back to Ajale Koko.
So those two houses.
Ajale Koko, I bet you wish you didn't come back. You come back too.
Sorry, Ajale Koko, I don't mean to be like this, but you know me, I stand for the facts. Ajale Koko will not support you, one man.
Our beer is our beer now. Waiting.
It's nothing like our beer. I don't want anybody put me in a basket, please. I want to be free. I'm representing all other females that you guys don't even care to impress in this platform to attract them. How are you going to attract females? You want females, but when I come here, you guys punch me left, right, and center, even though I can withstand your punches. Imagine.
Bia, it will get better. You know that a female just won the Adamawa State.
Oh yes, I wanted to discuss that as well. She beat Rabiu Kwakwanso.
She beat Ribadu.
Ribadu, yes, not Kwakwanso, Ribadu.
Yeah. So as I was saying, look, these two parties, you cannot come from nowhere and think that you can just jump in the front of the of others. It's never possible. You don't invest there, you cannot claim anything there. You must invest and invest heavily before you can claim anything. And I believe that Peter Obi knew that very well from day one. So for him to think that he, without no structure within the party, across the country, thinking that he can emerge as a presidential candidate, it's not possible. It is where you invested that you will reap, you will get return, good return. So he has invested. Hello? Yeah.
Please, sorry to cut you. One man. I don't know if somebody is writing under Babachi's name. Please, just go through his last comment. It's not fair to make such a statement. Please, I don't know if that...
Let me see it.
Good thing is I don't read those comments. Otherwise, I would have been coming with machine gun.
Babati sounds more. It sounds different.
Oh no! I don't know. Babati, delete that comment, please.
Delete that comment, please. That's not right.
Delete that comment.
If I go and read it, one man, tell him to delete it because I'll go and find out.
But delete that comment and consider that. Hold on, and consider that the first one in. No comments like that, please. But let me acknowledge.
You got a first strike, man.
Let me acknowledge. Or can one of the moderators please delete that offending comment by Babati? But let me acknowledge Alexander's Komesi super chat tapping coming in. He, of course, being the only one that knows how to use that button. It says, your thorough, insightful analysis was missing, Ajanle Koko. So Alexander Gomez super chats to say that Ajanle Koko's voice, the absence of it has been noted. Everybody has been harassing me, so there he is. This is what I'm saying to you. People come here voluntarily. Ajale Koko has a full life outside of this stream, so it's not every time that he has time. So when he has time, it's spaces for us. So, but people have been
his family members. His family members are in that time. His family members are on that timeline. Every time Ajale Koko, even Mayegun is calling his name.
Yes, you see, the world famous Ajanle Koko Global. So yeah, so your thorough, insightful analysis was missing. So that's Alexander welcoming Ajanle Koko voice back to the platform. Wishy-washy politician, gross miscalculation. So Obi, somewhat a lot of people disappointed that he made this sort of schoolboy amateurish move, which now rebrackets him in people's thoughts. And Alexander still with the super chat, this time to acknowledge BR. I love it when BR speaks with an Oyo dialect. So this is it. You can take the girl from the Amala, but you cannot take the Amala from the girl. So this is BR. Yes,
hello, Mr. Alexander.
And he didn't even say street fighting. He just said
nice
words,
Yes, he's a nice man.
When BR speaks with an Oyo dialect. So but
Babatio, if you tell Toba won't be that
no, you look at somebody. No. I consider that your first warning as well. So I don't want that sort of language. So why use it?
One man.
I've given him a first warning, and now
you now get the first warning as well.
all right, that's enough of that. So, Ajane Koko, back to you. Please rescue us.
Oh, Madam Bia, beg, Mabino, Mobe. Your body, Thank you. Yeah. So, as I was saying, if you haven't invested so much in those two parties, you can't claim the leadership position. That's number one. And if they want to give you a leadership position in that party, then you must have you have to bring in something big that will be of advantage to the party. Something big that is of advantage, big advantage to the party. You know, that is when they can give you that leadership position. That is the way it works in the party. So what Obi have done, gentlemen, my Igbo brothers, put sentiment aside. He has killed the political interest of Igbos this time around. I don't know the way you guys are seeing it. This guy has, like some others have done in the past, he has killed the interest, the political interest of Igbo in the national politics in that country. Because he has worked hard, is in one of these two big parties. I believe if Obi has stayed in that party, there's no way they won't offer this guy second position in the party. I mean, under the
and look how that second position has played out for Shibanjo.
Yes, that second position will have given him, will have will have brought the Igbo into the center stage of the national politics of that country, and he will have been well positioned for president after whoever that is going to be the presidential candidate. So what this guy has done, I want you guys to see, he has killed the political interest of Igbos. So thinking that he can achieve it on another party, I don't know which other party he wants to go to achieve this dream. The Labour Party that Eziro is shouting, Labour Party is one of the weakest parties in that country. The Labour Party cannot achieve anything. Forget about coalition they're saying they are doing. Any coalition whatsoever is not going to work, because Labour Party is weakened like any other after the two parties, is as weak as every other two parties, because the workers in Nigerians are people that they are like every other Nigerians. They will follow the money. They will never stand for their interests. They have been bought over by politicians. So what are we talking about? Obi has hurt the interest of the Igbo more than any other person in the present political arrangement. He should have stayed in that party. Losing primary or losing in primary does not mean that you are losing everything all. You are not losing everything all. Why is he so desperate that think that he wants to be the presidential candidate? He showed desperation by jumping out of the party. That is a total desperation, and it's not good. He has participated. He is participating in this corrupt political party administration already. He should not keep his head along. All he's looking for is just to fight hard for the interests of the people, bring the Igbo people into the center stage, and emerge as the leader of Igbo in the national politics. That is what he should have done, but he has killed it. I don't know.
Do you think they will go back to the trenches and start the chant again, the secession, because they've paused secession to politics? So their best hand has now been flushed. So do you think they will revert back to the agitation space?
As far as Obi is concerned, I don't think we join them in that agitation for Biafra. He does not believe in it. I don't think so. He will not jump into it because that is a big risk for him, particularly for any politician in Nigeria. They don't believe in it. They believe in one Nigeria. He's one of those that believe in one Nigeria. And I think that is why he's participating in this national politics in Nigeria. So, but to go to Kwankwaso party thinking that he's going to get it, well, we don't know. Kwankwaso might want his party, to spread across Nigeria, particularly in Igbo land. It might leave it for him. We don't know, but I doubt it so much. But if Kwankwaso
and Adale Koko, you think it'd be a step too far for Kwankwaso to make him kneel down and beg? Do you think that'd be a step too far?
For Obi to beg?
Yeah, to kneel down and beg. No?
What kind of
all right. Okay, Adale Koko, let me show you this. It's some fight that is breaking out on Twitter. But I want your comment on this. I'll show it on the screen and I'll read it out. This is a fight that is going on Twitter. So this is Emmy Ben. So she says, I am, and also Emmy Ben, or he in this instance, Emmy Ben, he says, I am an Igbo man, but I think Yorubas introduced Akara to Nigerians first because the name Akara is not Igbo now, but okra is Igbo food. So this is Linus. He says, Akara was first done and introduced by Igala. And then Living King, how can Yorubas introduce Akara and Igbo Akara taste sweeter? At times, we need brain to argue and not ITK. So I too know. So what are you there making? They are now dragging Akara with the Yorubas. How is that even? The Yorubas introduced Akara, we introduced moi moi, we introduced pounded yam, and we introduced eba to the global culinary space. These are Yoruba cuisines.
Yeah.
What's this development that they are dragging Akara with the Yorubas?
You have started again.
What's the need for this point now?
No, it just caught my eye, and I thought it was a bit cheeky. It was a bit cheeky.
And you say you don't like ethnic punching. You are the one that bring it.
I'm not the one that brought it.
Go bring your gloves from Oyo. Let me go and bring my one from a combination of Igbo and Yoruba combined.
Bia, let me tell you.
Doesn't matter where anything comes from. If it's food, it's
let me tell one man.
It's the Yoruba gift to the world. Akara, moi moi.
Yeah, let me tell
pounded
one
yam.
Man. Listen, one man. We let you take Ijebu Igbo.
Why do you think we're so big and handsome?
We let you take Ijebu Igbo. Now you want to take Akala. What?
All right.
What's the problem?
No, I just saw that on Twitter. And
I just noticed that one man likes this kind of shenanigans sometimes. If you don't do it on your platform, then there's a dramatic drama scene, of tribes and all that.
It's something that
you're infusing tribal stuff to get your platform, interesting, isn't it?
No, what is going on.
So where did you get this narrative?
It's politics and lifestyle. It's
politics,
diet.
According to Brownberry, isn't it? This place is serious, so you to be serious. Make you all go do a political.
We can't be serious all the time, otherwise we end up in
educate him. I beg. This place we should combine politics at Igbogwe, make the thing sweet. Bring more women,
Bring one women. Am I running a harem? I'm not running a harem.
More women that got voice, to make this place balanced. Because
do you think your voice is not enough?
It's not enough. You guys are this environment is not good for women.
You beat everybody up.
I don't beat everybody. You see how you guys are punching me left, right, and center. The other time I came here happy. The man was saying, "Oh, stop doing this, stop doing that." I'm just happy, and he saw offense in that. So what should I do again?
What
women should not come
entitles you to be happy? What entitles you to be happy?
Because I am me.
Lazy. You're not being happy is a lazy act.
No way, but
only a lazy person is happy.
You redefined happiness. I thought it has something to do with your dopamine.
Only a lazy person is happy. What business does anybody, especially a man that is happy,
you need to tell Charles that. Don't tell someone like me that is already made with my age. I'm not a kid. I've got gray hair.
Don't worry. Don't be happy.
Go tell babies.
You shouldn't be happy. Why should you be happy?
Tell Charles. I need to.
You don't have things to worry about. Do you not have things to worry about?
Don't you know that unhappiness are one of the reasons why marriages break up? Men stuff can't stand anymore because they have too many wahala. Don't you know that?
Don't worry. There's medication for that. Don't worry.
Medication don't cure don't cure emotional baggage. Even haven't you see people that took Viagra and all the brontash things?
I don't know what that is. So Amala is the medication you need. Amala. Don't worry. Eat solid plate of Amala and you'll be all right. But we've lost X0. It's on the bus. But so that was a bit of a
one man. Let me tell you. You see this thing you are showing now. You are talking about this Akara thing.
Yes.
If you go on Twitter, if you see the way our children are fighting.
Yeah, it's a real fight. You think it's a joke? She thought I was joking. No, it's a fight.
My daughter is on Twitter.
Are you serious?
Yes, they are fighting over Akara.
Why would they fight? Where Akara comes from? House or Yoruba? It's sweet food. I don't mind.
Hold on, yeah.
You know, even the gele. They will say my daughter will tell me that Igbos on Twitter said they are the one that started gele. You'll say, gele is his Yoruba name.
Very soon they will tell us it started as Rebi.
There are a lot of things but it is good. They have.
You guys should educate them that it doesn't matter.
Educating themselves.
Educate them as well, Ajali Koko.
But it's good.
No, it's banter now. It's banter.
Let us give kudos to our children that at least
they are interacting.
At least they know their indigenous food. They are promoting what they know that is good for them. For us as a people. So we should just leave them alone. Let them continue to drag it. But
one man, I want to say something to you and Ajanle Koko. I believe it will be brief. It won't be long. It won't be long.
When I say hold on, that includes you too. Yeah. So let Alexander Gomez have the final word on that Akara space. I
want to say something about it, please.
Hold on now.
Okay.
You have your say, and then I'll take Ajanle Koko back to the politics of it. Yes, so I'll take Ajanle Koko back to the politics of it, then I'll go to Babati. So Alexander Gomez to that Akara space. So the final word then, so this is proof positive. Akara is a typical Yoruba cuisine. In Bahia, Brazil, it is called Akara J, which is Akara Ijesha. So Akara is a Yoruba food, but our gift to the world. You can share it, though, no problem. We love to share in Yoruba land. So there it is. Thank you for
not only even if you go to Cuba, they cook Akara there and they call it Akara, So all the Yorubas that were taken over there, by our colonial criminals, they still cook Akara there and they call it Akara. So
why all these competitions? What are we getting? What are we going to benefit when children grow with we found this region founded this and that? Do you think it's going to bring them together to appreciate each other's
culture? What Ajanle Koko is saying is that through that,
one man,
diaspora.
I'm not attacking Ajanle. I'm asking you, one man, not Ajanle Koko. Because I believe that every culture that are indigenous have got origins of whatever their way of lives, their lifestyles, which may be similar to another culture. So we cannot say that for sure this one or that one founded it. Maybe with this one, because they have media, is everywhere more than
the clue is in the name. The clue is in the name.
1 minute, let me finish so that you know where I am going. You normally say, let someone land before you know where to, how to summarize the conversation. For me, I believe that every indigenous people have got their cultures, and African cultures are similar.
They have culture.
1 minute, I've not landed. One man, you're the one prolonging this thing. Cultures may be similar in the ways of dressing or even food, but every region, they have a name they call their whatever lifestyles, akara, gele, or something. Igbos may have their one and call it something else, but we should not be competing with each other like you founded it first or that. We should be constructive in our ideas, be consumers, teach our children to appreciate one another's culture, whether akara comes first from Yoruba land. I love it. It doesn't matter really where it comes from, as long as there are more important things that we should vest our energies on to move forward, not things that make us separate us.
Yeah, it's a short session, so you've made the point. Yeah.
Please, later on, I would like you to do research and come here, give us the fact of where the Yoruba people migrated from. There's this tussle about the Igbos coming from Israel, but I don't know. But I would like to know about
what do you mean you don't know? They don't. So
I want to know.
They've done DNA tests to tell us that they don't come from Israel. So
they are not Jews, but they are
there's no DNA test. So bring it down here. There is none. I've searched.
And I don't believe we're from Israel. I've brought it down here.
I don't believe we're from Israel, but there is no DNA test about that one.
Yeah, but please, one man, do that and give us a fact later.
No, we don't need research. We've got Ajanle Koko. He will tell you where the Yorubas come from. But let me
okay.
Let me take it back to the politics. And Ajanle Koko, I'm going to abandon the question that I'm going to. I tell you that I monitor the news every minute, and this now just coming hot off the press. Ajanle Koko. So address this. Breaking: Court declares Jonathan qualified to contest for 2023 presidential election. So it's just a short little caption because it's just now on the minute news. The Federal High Court sitting in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State, has ruled that former President Goodluck Jonathan is qualified to contest for the 2023 general election. The presiding judge, Justice Issa Danshen, gave the judgment on Friday. Danshen also held that the right of Jonathan to seek another term in office cannot be restricted by any retroactive legislation. So that is that space then. So is that question that this new promulgation or real act, this new act that was signed into law, that somebody that has served under somebody's term and just some new law that Buhari brought into play to stymie somebody like Goodluck Jonathan ever repeating again? What this justice is actually saying is that it doesn't apply to Goodluck Jonathan because you remember, contested in 2015. So you can't retrogressively apply. So essentially, the way cleared for Goodluck Jonathan to contest. So what are you making of that, Ajanle Koko?
Well, judiciary in Nigeria, we know that there are several cases that some of these high courts rule sometimes not in line with the Constitution, but to satisfy some political interest. But what I've seen now is that I believe some lawyers, particularly FALANA, that have came out in opposition for Jonathan to contest, which, according to him, the new electoral law or the electoral law that was passed in 2016, I guess, maybe 2016 or 18, that bar him from contesting again. I want to believe that Femi Falana will challenge this decision, and maybe they will take it up to the Supreme Court so that we can have a clearer position of the law in this regard. So if he's saying that if this High Court is saying that he can contest again, contest for how many years, 1 term or 2 terms, this is what we need to get clarified about. So if it is only 1 term in office, now that people are calling for power to shift to the south, and Jonathan wants to go again, to contest, and for only one time. That will just show that he is highly insensitive to the interests of his people, particularly the entire South, and highly insensitive to highly insensitive to the political interests of the people of the South entirely. That'd be very, very wrong. But let's wait. It's a decision I think is in satisfaction of some political interest, which I believe is going to be challenged by FALANA or some other people that have a different position to this decision. So we just wait and watch that space. But it's a good thing that this thing is coming up. The court is getting involved in it. So let us use the power of the Constitution, to solve this problem once and for all. That is what we expect some people to do right now.
Oh, all right, brilliant. Thank you, Ajanle Koko. So, Ajanle Koko, for reasons of time, let's go on to Baba T and take him to an entirely different talking point. My 2023 presidential ambition, not about money. Tinubu now addresses that space because it's addressing bit by bit all the things that people are hanging on his neck as accusations. So he's saying that the time that he was after money is long past, which is somewhat of a boastful statement. And he's saying it's for love of country that propels this ambition that he's not willing to give up. So do you buy that narrative from the Jagaban of DBT?
Well, I somewhat buy it. And the reason why is because he said it's been a long-term ambition. But the right question to ask him is, for you to get there, are you spending money? Because that is as bad as accusing him of wanting money, being the president, right? So because you remember, he was quoted as saying that what money cannot buy, more money will buy.
Yes.
So it's not about him going there to loot the country dry. It's about how much is he willing to spend to get there, which is equally as bad as well. So I think they should question him more about his quest, the journey, not the destinations necessarily, but the journey to get there. So he has to address that question. So
sorry, is Baba T the same person as Brownberry?
No, but their voice somewhat similar is what Alexander is always saying that. So I think
are you sure they're not the same person?
No, is that American twang? Is that American twang that they both have?
Try and find out, please.
It's curious that we've never seen them both on the screen at the same time. What's going on here? We're keeping an eye on you, Baba T, but carry on, Baba T. Yes, Tinubu, I'm not about money.
It's always been about that. I mean, come on, we know what he's done in Lagos. So at this point, I don't really care about, if you're going to loot the country. This quote of I'm going to spend myself into power. That's what I'm really concerned about. But also, I wanted to make a point about the APC primaries and good luck, like you mentioned earlier. Because to me, people with brains actually, I'm hoping for his sake is not true, because I want to be proven wrong that he's not somehow going to sneak in back door and have his hand raised up by Buhari as a consensus candidate, because it does not make any sense. It doesn't. So I'm hoping for his sake and for his legacy, or whatever is left of it, that is not true. But back to Tinubu, it's not really about the presidency necessarily, but his willingness to spend his way into getting there. So that would be the more point question to ask him.
And to Peter Obi's somewhat miscalculation, the offer, there is an offer by Nnpp, but the offer is for the vice presidential ticket because the topmost seat is already filled. So he did not have a plan B before he left plan A. So now he's in a vulnerable position because people know that he still has political ambitions. He has left where that ambition may have been fulfilled. So he's not in a strong position then to negotiate. People will say he has a following that is a position, but he needs a vehicle, which he doesn't have. and that puts him in a vulnerable position. He shot himself in the foot, Babati.
Right. So I would say that he's still a young man. That it's better he just waits this cycle out and plan again for the next 4 years. If you're leaving the PDP because you can't get the ticket, then you cannot go to a smaller party to seek for the same thing that you might have gotten on a bigger platform. So if you really wants that presidency, that ticket, I'll say fall back a little bit, reflect on your mistakes, work harder, plan better for the next presidential elections. That would be the best. Because if he goes to the Labour Party, ABGA, AAC, they are not viable enough for him to get anything. So the best thing for him would do, and for him to keep his integrity at the same time, and the respect people have for him, it will be that, okay, PDP is not giving me what I want. I'm going to fall back, reflect, and plan again for the next 4 years. That would be the best thing to do, because if he goes to the Nnpp and becomes the guys, whatever his name is, it becomes his VP and they lose, then that kind of destroys him permanently, in my opinion. I don't see him rising from that again.
Babati, please don't restrict the conversation to AAC and the Labour Party and the NNPP.
Point.
Yeah, but there are other parties too, like the ADC, and there are several other, and you see some of them are really strong in their domain.
Regardless, we're not discussing domains. We're discussing the Nigerian political scene. You cannot be a regional party and expect to win the presidency. That's just naive.
If he goes to AAC, will Sowore cede the presidential slots to him?
No, but
Sowore gotten the party back. The party is still under contention.
Yeah, so my point is that, but you get what I'm saying. I'm saying that to me, in my eyes, if you're not APC or PDP, you're a mushroom party or a regional party. To be not honest, let's be fair here. So I think the best position for him will be just fall back and plan again for next 4 years. That would be the best option for him.
All right. And it looks as though Babati Oraisa has paid off. Oraisa, of course, which is the salutations in Lagos State. So he was carrying his bags all over Nigeria and people were mocking him. But it looks as though that bag carrying has paid off for Sanwo-Olu. Governor Sanwo-Olu wins Lagos APC governorship primary. So one step beyond Ambode's achievements. What are you then making then? Sanwo-Olu gets the ticket.
I'm really happy for him. I know people don't, they call him Mr. Pointer. They have all this label. But the reason I actually like him is because of the train project. I mean, I've seen that project. I'm really impressed. I know we are 10 years late, but I'm really, just for that transportation effort that he's put in for over the last 3 years, I really want him to continue that work, because, continuity is very important in government. And for him to at least finish that project will be something. But let me just add one more thing. I don't know what happened 2 days ago. Our boy, I thought Banky W won.
Yes, they've taken it from him, have they?
Yeah, they said he won. Then they said he did not win again. So I was really sad, and I was really wishing that we have something like that
that remains a mystery to me, because not only did they show clips of them doing the counting. He got about 22. Yeah. The next person got about 4, and one got 2. So how did it not win?
Yeah, the next
one man, perhaps they found out that he would spend all the money buying bleaching creams, spending it being a fine boy.
Yeah.
And chasing
you're talking about bleaching cream. Okay, I won't say anything.
Yeah, but to Sanwo-Olu, it's a one issue with him, just the train system. That's just the reason why I want him to continue, because Lagos needs that. Lagos is the only city in the world with that kind of numbers, with no effective railway system. So I think we should continue. At least let's see what he does for the next 4 years. Yeah.
I mean, that train, the red and blue line, they are coming upstream in the first quarter of next year.
Right.
Which will change totally. I hope they make it affordable, because it's really meant for mass transit, not for money making. So,
and they're already planning to start the green line from that marina up to the Lekki because that place is fast growing. So they are already planning to start the green line as well. So I mean, we need him to just continue that. Lagos needs that.
But by the way, it's not his project, though. He still happens to be the one
Yeah,
institution.
but
But he will get the credit, of course.
Yeah. But if he's the one that actually put in more effort than everybody else in the previous administration, I know they had other reasons, the PDP, APC, the economy, and everything. But if he's the one that is kind of done more, why wouldn't you want him to continue? You want him to finish the project. So, but I'm a one issue with that when it comes to him. So in that regard, let him continue.
So you forgive him for Lekki Toll Gate?
That one is bigger than his pay grade. You know that. That's bigger than his pay grade. So, but he's just a conduit to it. But
it was a passenger.
That was way bigger than his pay grade. So you can't fault it. I know it's not like in the best light in that position, but just for transportation's sake, I would say let's give him a pass. As crazy as that sounds, by the way.
All right, thank you, Babati. So, Babati, for reasons of time, let me go on from you to Rational Mind. And to Rational Mind, let me have you speak on agree or disagree with Femi Falana's position. INEC materials no longer safe in CBN votes. Emefiele must go. So Falana is arguing that, of course, the most secure space in Nigeria will be the INEC vote, the CBN votes, where all the sensitive electoral materials are stored. But the governor of the central bank is a card-carrying member, not just that, or with political aspirations within partisan politics. So how can electoral materials be stored under his supervision when he has political ambitions? So Falana is inviting that the materials cannot be moved because the most secure place in Nigeria will be the central bank vote, but rather Emefiele should be removed. Do you align with Falana's train of thought, Rational Mind?
Yeah, good morning, one man. Good morning, everybody. I think we've discussed this before. We've discussed this, yes. That I mean, this man who is in charge of the vote, the strong room, where we have Nigerian treasures and everything, and also the INEC printed materials for the election, is a threat. So I don't think it's new what Falana is saying. We've already discussed this a few weeks ago on your platform. So yeah, I align with him. I agree with him. I don't know why Buhari has turned that country upside down the way it is. That man just choose to look the other way and allow things just go down the drain. I mean, Nigeria is not a state. Nigeria is not a country. It's a country where anything and everything goes. Lawlessness. I mean, it's at a level we've never seen in the history of that country, where a public officer of the central bank, governor of the central bank, will now be political, aligning himself to a political party, not even wanting to resign, despite the Central Bank Act, as it's stated there clearly that a governor would be non-political. So I think what the lawyer Femi Falana said is, I mean, that's what every thinking person will say. It's not right. He's an arbiter, kind of. That is, Emefiele is an arbiter, kind of like a referee. It should be non-political. It should be neutral. But then we're seeing him in this position in a political party that is vying for a political office, which himself is accused of also, has been said, alleged that he himself is wanting to contest. And wants to supervise over the documents, be in charge of that document, where they keep that document. No, that's not right. That's to tell you that we've lost it in that country. We've lost every sense of morality in that country. Morals in that country does not mean anything to anybody. None of the politicians are moral anymore. So, well, Mama, that's all I have to say for that.
All right, brilliant. So let me take you to this space then. This really is something that Adan Lekoko often speculates too, but it looks as though necessity has evolved this via osmosis somewhat. So people are speculating that Tinubu Kwakwanso Ekeremadu may lead regional parties. So the permutations of the Nigerian politics with somebody wanting to warlord the Nigerian state, with the divergence of ethnicities and vested interests politically. So if political ambitions and peculiar interest cannot be satisfied, then they want to regionalize it. So this writer, he's speculating to the possibility that Ikere-Madu, Abaribe, and Peter Obi, and by the way, Abaribe has just now left the PDP, so it looks as though they are now leaving the PDP in droves in sympathy with Peter Obi. So he's left the PDP, and I think Ikere-Madu, I think he's lost either his ticket or something. I think he may well have left the PDP too. So they are speculating that these people are going to form a regional Eastern politics, and that is already in the talks. If Tinubu doesn't get the presidential ticket with the APC, he will go to the SDP to form a regional party around the Yoruba space. Kwakwanso already moving hard to regionalize the North. So essentially, that politics that a lot of people, and certainly Adaleko on this platform has been advocating, to regionalize the Nigerian political space, it looks as though via necessity that is happening sort of from osmosis. What are you making then of that permutation? That's my mind.
Well, I think I said this some few days ago here in one of the chats, not here on your platform, not here on the in the room or studio. So, but then in the chat I said, I think PDP should forget Southeast as it is, and I don't think PDP is going to win that election. And more so, it's going to be the case if northern person, which is maybe Atiku or what's his name, Saraki wins that presidential ticket. It's going to be more so for them that they should forget Southeast, because this current governorship, House of Rep elections they did, it's all mess in every political party, especially two major political parties, APC and PDP. In fact, PDP is getting it even worse. A lot of litigation will go. It's going to be a real mess. This is just the beginning of the end for them. So if Abaribe and this guy from Enugu lost that kind of election, which we know, I'm not saying that they deserve it, but I say if the people really voted them out, well, so be it then. But what I'm just trying to say is that these people who seem to carry more weight within the party, they will work against that party. So in the Southeast, PDP should just forget Southeast. And if they should forget that Southeast, I wonder where else they're going to pull anything, because that is where their voting bloc is for the most part. So they should forget it. So just to go to that question you asked about Abaribe and the rest of them. Well, it's looking that they might have to cross carpet to some of these other new parties. You know, they've been talking about the third force, because I remember when this man was asked, this professor, what's his name? Professor we're talking about the other day. Patutomi, thank you. You know, he was talking about third force, but then they were asking him, are you going to form a new political party? He says no. I remember very well, that's what he said. We're not going to form a new political party. So, but then when Kwankwaso, who was also part of that third force, or who was part of those people who were trying to propose that third force along with Jega and the rest of them, and suddenly bring up this Nnpp, then one start thinking that it could be that is the third force that they're talking about. So possibly I'm looking at that permutation whereby most of them will cross carpet to Nnpp, because that's another political party I see with Kwankwaso and the Northern Bloc, the KANO bloc of North, all supporting it. So to some extent, the big wig from there, it's seeming that's going to be the third force that might emerge with Otomi, which is going by the news that we're hearing that Otomi is also part of that Nnpp of Kwankwaso. People have speculated that it's going to be this vice president to Kwankwaso. But the thing is, let me not just go there for now.
No, that was the ticket already, but now with Peter Obi certainly bringing himself back into play, I think they can step Patutomi down for Peter Obi, and I think he would do that because he knows that Peter Obi has stronger political cachet and longer reach.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, my beef with this whole thing with the Northerners is that why is it that you people present people that are not even qualified in some sense? I mean, we're talking about a country that needs economic.
Who's not qualified?
But by qualified, I'm not saying that. I mean, people who have. I mean, what I'm saying. Look, just give an example of what we have currently right now. A school start order.
No, we know that, but who are they presenting for the? No, don't go to Buhari because we know his backdrop.
I'm just giving an example. What I'm just trying to say is, a professor of law is his deputy, is his vice president. Why not the other way around? Why don't we have qualified people who are well read, who understands this thing, to be at the helm of affair? Because when you ask to see about this is why you say, well, will tell you that, well, I'm not the Oga. My Oga, whatever my Oga tells me, that's what I'm going to do. So why Kwakwanso? Why not the other way around? Why not Obi Kwakwanso or Utomi Kwakwanso? Why must it be
rational mind? Why must it be Obi Kwakwanso or Utomi Kwakwanso? It's the person that created. Hold on. Look. Politics is about.
I understand.
Interest. Yeah. Hold on.
I understand. I understand what you're talking about.
Interest and power.
But that is why we find ourselves where we are.
That is why if you know that this party cannot work. I mean, this Kwakwanso party is going to be the same corrupt party as PDP and APC.
Of course.
So what is new that Kwakwanso is bringing?
Well, the new thing.
Nothing.
Hold on. The new thing is we want people who are more qualified, who have the degrees. I'm not saying the degrees is a yardstick.
Hold on. Umaru Yar'Adua has a master's from one place or the other. Obasanjo did engineering in via the military system. Goodluck Jonathan is a PhD holder. It's only Buhari that is the anomaly.
Yar'Adua was actually a lecturer at university. Maybe
one man. All this education you're talking about. Even Ola went to Harvard.
Right. So it's rational mind that is saying that they are bringing people that are not qualified. Only Buhari.
Yeah, but we know that Kwakwanso is not qualified economically to fix Nigeria.
How do you? What do you mean we know?
He doesn't have that.
He doesn't.
Onion.
He's a military man. He's a military man. He's a military. Do you know Kwakwanso was a military man? He served in. He was a military person. I think I don't know what was his rank before he retired. I mean, he was a military. He was a minister of defense at some point too under Obasanjo.
All right. So those are credentials that you're listing.
Hold on. We don't want military. That country. Listen. Look at all the history of that country. Good Lord Jonathan, even for his corruption. That's the only time.
Rational mind.
Let me make this point.
They playing the politics better than even your civilian politicians.
Hold on. You said hold on. Just give me 1 second. Rational mind. Okay, this is Kwakwanso. He attended Kwakwanso Primary School and Kano Technical College before proceeding to Kaduna Polytechnic, where he did both his national diploma and higher national diploma. So he has the equivalent of a degree. So Kwakwanso was an active student leader during the school days and was elected official of Kano State Students Association. He attended postgraduate studies in the United Kingdom at Middlesex University and Loughborough University of Technology, where he received a master's degree in water engineering in 1985. So don't just be quick to dismiss these people.
Man, I disagree because I don't believe that being only academician with your first class would make you govern well.
You are not disagreeing with me. You are disagreeing with rational mind who is painting that narrative.
Let me take this.
The only anomaly is Buhari, who is an illiterate.
He has master in water engineering.
Yes, so don't throw him he's a military man. He's an educated man.
Let me take it back. I don't think he's a military man. The perspective I was talking to was that it was once Minister of Defense. Maybe that
it could have been, but because I don't know that it's not, but that's not the totality of him, is what I'm saying. It's a man of great breadth and depth.
You see, one man, yesterday I listened to this guy who came on your platform here, and he gave a very good analysis of the northern elites.
Magnus.
Magnus, I think the guy, he did a very good job in trying to analyze what if you have a northern educated person, an elite from the north, who's well read, but the thing is that you see, oh man, you see, okay, I just don't want to go into that because I don't want us to start thinking maybe we're here to just start to browbeat or kind of like
not we, not you,
okay,
you
me,
are here
maybe me,
because
I don't.
what you do.
It's okay now. It's okay. Okay, all right.
You hate malams. Just admit
No,
it.
no,
You
no,
hate
no.
malams.
I don't. So what I'm trying to say is this. You see, the thing is, the average well-read northerner will always be a northerner. I would say an Aboki will always be an Aboki. Doesn't mean that it's not a derogatory. I'm not trying to use it in a derogatory term here. But what I'm just trying to say is that the way they play politics, they play politics with some kind of I mean, it's very difficult for me to. I just don't want to go because if I could start spilling it out.
There's something about them that you don't like because they're
Nodikan, I
malams.
have a question for you. What are great qualities of a good leader? Can you just put us through and then use it in relation with the North?
Say that again, please. What are
the qualities of a great leader? But shorten it though, because we're past the 2-hour mark, and I want to put a question to. So just do it very quickly on that. Then I'll put a question to Bia, and then we round off.
A leader who wants to serve, a great leader, should not bring in ethnic or religious sentiment into it. Kwankwaso has all of this. Is ethnic, is religious. So we're going to see that play again when he controls or when he's in charge of that country. We're going to see that two things play out again: ethnic, religious. So we want somebody that comes in there, that brings in no religion, that brings no ethnic, purely just to want to do the job. We're talking about the Kwakansias. If you know what the Kwakansias are all about, we know it's all about the common people. They call it, I can't even think right now in Hausa. They call them the common people. Yeah, that's what but then no, if you look at it very well, it's a movement that has its grounding in both religious and ethnic kind of.
Well, Jafar is a Kwakwansia. You don't get more liberal than Jafar.
Oh, forget it. Liberal, you don't use that word. Liberal is not. It's not a word among. You see, you can throw that word around. Liberal, being liberal. I mean,
right.
Northerners are not liberal. None of the Northerners, no matter how
Black League is not liberal. Bunksmore, she's not liberal.
You see, people keep saying Northerners. You see, yesterday when this guy was arguing with, that was why I came on your platform here. The Northerners are not homogeneous. They are not.
So why do they use that term for them? Because you've been saying the Northerners.
Maybe I should say the core North.
Which one is the core North again?
The core
you
North.
Just don't like them. That's just you have issues with them. That's just the.
Don't say I don't like them. Don't use.
Yeah, but that's the color you paint now.
No, I'm not painting
you speak in broad strokes and you invite people to.
I'm not speaking in fear of them. You are putting words. You are saying that.
I'm only repeating what you're saying.
You're repeating what I did not say.
You dismissed this guy out of hand until we dug up his records. You use broad terms like the Northerners, and then when we say even by example, the people that we know personally, they're as liberal as anybody, and then you are saying that now. Come on, man. Come on.
One man. Listen. I don't paint everybody with one brush, especially from the North. I know the North is not one ethnicity. It's a melting pot of many nationalities there. Even the Hausas, among the Hausas, there are some Hausas that are not even real Hausas, but they speak the language Hausa by virtue of being geographically located in area. They have their own language. So what I'm trying to say is this: that those elites among the Hausas who have decided to hold that country to ransom by their stupid kind of politics in that country, politics of religion and ethnicity they always play. That is why we find ourselves where we are. So my point is this: let us see a Southerner get in there that is devoid of ethnicity and that is devoid of, that has no.
Name one other president in Nigeria outside of Buhari that has played religion, politics of religion and ethnicity.
Babangida is one of them.
Babangida was an ethnic jingoist.
Well,
because
maybe but religious. Well, maybe yeah, I can say two. Both. Yeah, he was. Maybe not at the level of this idiot that is there right now. Abacha was too.
Abacha was an ethnic jingoist.
He was. Yeah. Check out all his besides Dia. Check out all the people that were in his cabinet. Who are they?
All right.
So what are we talking about?
All right. Sorry, Rational Mind, for reason of time, let me go on to Bia. So because I want to put to Bia just for a short answer, and then I'll round off. So it looks as though now history about to be made. Rational Mind labors hard to paint them as backward, but this certainly not backward. Senator Aisha too beat Ribadu, ex-governor, to win APC Adamawa governorship ticket. So there's a good chance now. She's won the APC governorship ticket for Adamawa State, and this is the first time that a female will carry a ticket. And she's not carrying a ticket of some obscure party. She's carrying the ticket then of the ruling party. So then it looks as though then these backward people that we keep on insisting, they are about to give us the first ever female governor in Nigeria. So what are you then making then of the fortunes of this new name that we have to conjure with Senator Aisha too? What are you making of that?
One man. First of all, I disagree that there are no intelligent people in the north. We have intelligent people.
All right. If you can go to the narrowness of it.
I'm trying to remove that ideology that I don't believe.
All right. Thank you. So I'll leave it there. Carry the conversation on with you in the comment section. But here I say peace. Sorry about that, Bia, but I need to